Hey guys, I've got a banged up nut over here. The customer doesn't want to put a whole bunch of money into this guitar, which is the usual story. So we're gonna see if we can just save this nut. I've got some low-tack masking tape, and then I put a strip of cellophane tape, just scotch tape, right up on the nut. So if we have any crazy glue spills, it's not gonna be the end of the world. So we're taped up. I'm gonna find some black graphite dust. Give me one sec. Okay, I do not have black dust. So I've got this old nut. I've got some old nuts in a box, and I can just use them as such. So I'm sure most of you already know this trick, but oh my god, the crazy glue and nut dust trick, which a lot of people do with baking soda. Little baking soda and the slot, little dab of super thin crazy glue. Spoiler alert, that's what we're doing. Okay, let's get organized here. I like to do this for some reason. Transfer it on a white piece of paper. You can inspect it, see if there's any chunks of weird stuff in there. If you have super cheap sandpaper, all the grit from the actual sandpaper comes off the paper and ends up in your bone dust, so that's not great. You can use a file as well, rub it up against a clean file. Anyways, so maybe I'll get you guys down here. I should have really just paused to get this better angle instead of taking you along for the ride. Okay, so ice straight up. Sometimes just dump it right on, but because I have a lot of dust here, I'm going to attempt this method here where I just pinch some. I pack it down, pack it in there. You usually end up wasting like 50% of your of the dust. And that last slot needs a bit more. I hope I'm not blocking everything here with my face. God damn it, one of these slots just doesn't want to fill up. Oop, oh, there we go. Okay, so it looks ridiculous right now. I get it. Oh yeah, so now if I do this, I'll be able to get better focus. See, like even this one, I'll need to fill that in a little bit more. But you get the idea. Completely filling up the slots and huge chips. And we're just going to recut it from scratch. So let's put you guys back here. Go back on this mode. I'm a filmmaker now, guys. I'm like totally a filmmaker. Oh no. Do I have thin glue here? Yeah, I do. Okay. I have two workshops. I have one, like this is my main workshop that these videos are mostly made out of. And I have a workshop out of a store, a local music store that I do repairs for. So sometimes my stuff is who knows where. So I'm gonna mess around with this glue bottle because it's I gotta get some glue, dried glue out of the nozzle. But this is what I'm using. Stu Mac, can't go wrong. All right, I'll be back. Well, bad news. This stuff clearly wasn't stored properly because it's completely dried in the bottle. This is the wick tip I was gonna use. So yeah, that's a problem I have, man, with these super glue bottles. Like, I don't know, it gets all clogged up at the nozzle, even with the caps. The caps like just seem to not work very long. The caps that come with the bottles. Somebody's got a tip on preserving that fucking Stu Mac super glue. Let me know. So instead I'm gonna use this other cheap garbage that I really don't want to use. Yeah, I don't want to wait until I'm at the other shop to finish this. So, exciting stuff. The world of guitar repair. I'm just piercing open a fresh bottle of super glue off screen. This is the fantastic stuff we're going to use. So, what I'll do, it's got a decent little nozzle. Come on, there you go. So what I'll do is I'll just test like how it comes out. So yeah, so it's coming out quick. It looks nice and thin though, that's good. So here we go, I'm about to ruin this guitar. The lightest goddamn pressure I can muster is what's going on right now, just to get one single drop out. Sometimes the drop is just sitting there, and if you touch the dust, it'll settle onto it, like so. Oh, man. This is not the ideal glue applicator. I should like kind of spread it around a bit, if doable. So that feels weird. It's not wicking in the way the super thin stuff does. So I'm gonna kind of just let that soak in for a bit. See where we're at in oh gee, I don't know, let's say 15 minutes. I'm gonna see how that cured. All right, we'll be back. Okay, so that's still drying up, but a quick side note I just thought of. I usually take a file and go through the slot to like kind of clean it up before putting new dust in there. And I totally forgot to do that. So sometimes as you're refiling the nut slot, the glue and dust didn't really like adhere to the slot so well if you don't sand it in a bit first. So it just kind of, the whole cured chunk just falls out and you're back at the exact same square one, either too low of a nut slot or there's a chunk out of it like these were. Anyways, all to say, usually you would clean out that nut slot before you put new stuff in it, but here we are. We'll see how it turns out. All right, peeps. Came back to check on it and saw that, I mean, I should have shown you, but it started settling in to the dust, and it's still like the one slot that was the worst of it still had a little bit of a divot. So I just added some dust to it, and now I'm just kind of like straightening out the edge, and I will kind of like gently tap it, pack it in a little bit. Delicate work going on here. Yeah, so now we're back to, maybe I'll show you a little peek. Oh God, oh God. We're back to like, you can't see shit. They're filled in again. That's what I'm trying to get at. So I'll leave that curing. I can tell it's still wet. I mean, like, so that was a good time to kind of pack some more in there. So yeah, I'm gonna let that cure a bunch more. It seems to be kind of slow drying. But yeah, I'm gonna go work on some other stuff, and we'll meet up back here again in another bit. Oh yeah, also gonna add some new glue now that there's fresh dust, and hopefully it's kind of cured together a little bit with the glue I had previously put on. Whoa, see it just spread to it. Oh my God, 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 I'm stuck, oh my God. Fuck. Just fucking glued the goddamn bottle to my skin. Guess a little drop got on the bottle. Ah, shit, I wasn't done. Wow, that was almost disastrous. Okay. Looking decent. Yeah, kind of a long process, I know. So now we're starting the curing all over again. But I just wanted to really, I don't know. I'm hoping this is going to be the only time we're messing with this. All right, back on pause. All right. This is finally hardened and cured. So take a file and hack away at the top. Let me get some better stability on this situation. It's going to be a long video. If I'm showing this full process, this is going to be a long video. So basically, start taking things off, and I can already see it's not great. As far as it being perfectly square, where those chunks were, it's still a little chunky. It certainly looks better, but so I'll keep cleaning this up, but basically you're just filing it down and getting it back to its original shape. And yeah, I'm gonna work on this for a little bit and get back here. Just showing you where we're at here. You can see the shape of that. Oh boy. You can see where that big chunk was. It's all filled in. So the moment of truth will be filing slots and seeing if all that just comes right out and all your work was for nothing, or if it's adhered properly and gonna cut some nice new slots, but we will find out very shortly. Let's do it. Actually, let me get ready here. Just noticing the extra heavy strings that are to be put on this. So I'm willing to bet Buddy had put some huge strings and it just broke the nut slots. That's my theory. Anyways, that was just a side note. I'll be back. All right. So the B string on this pack is a 16. Got myself a gauged 16. And you can still see the outline of the original slot, so that's nice. Definitely just use that as the guide. I like to slot the back end at first for some reason. I guess it's probably a typical thing, common thing. Perfectly on the original slot. So we'll get a good little back corner taken out before I do the top. And I'm kind of just like with time rounding it back. Keep an eye on the top, like from the top, I mean, to make sure you're straight. And I'll actually do like a oh my goodness, I need better lighting in here. Okay. These actually work better just going forward. So far, we're doing pretty good. The whole, all the new material that's been put in there hasn't just blown right out, so that's good. Maybe that glue's not so bad after all. I'll have to buy more of that brand because some of the other stuff I end up getting sometimes it's like gel. So, and I'll just do the side of the slot just a little bit, rounding it to the bottom. All right. It's not going to be the correct depth yet, obviously, but you know, there's our slot. The new material hasn't ruined my life. It stayed in there. So that's good. So I'll do the others and we'll have a properly functioning nut again. All right, just another little note as I'm doing up these slots. Still a lot of work to do here, but the back end of the slot, as I'm doing the final touches on the back, I kind of angle it out and open up the slot at the very back. I don't know if that makes sense, but this is it gonna show? You can kind of see. All right. Oh, what I thought. Anyways. Yeah, so I don't know how to explain myself very well, but kind of just open it up. I don't know. I hope you guys got that. Yeah, you can kind of see the right here on this D. The slot kind of opens up at the very end. All right, I'm going for it. Another side note, so these first three weren't like all chipped out or anything, but what am I saying? Yeah, I'm just kind of opening them up for the size of these strings. We're putting some huge honking strings on this thing. So I'm just making sure the slots are appropriately sized with gauge strings. Sometimes you gotta grab a smaller, they're not all perfectly gauged to all strings, so you grab a slightly smaller file and just work it in a little bit bigger. That's that. I'll keep doing stuff and I'll be back. For example, I have a 56 here. The string is a 60. I don't have a 60, but I have a 56. So I'll do it at 56. And then I'll go a little bit off the side, working down to the middle. A little bit off the side, working down to the middle. Also, I always go pretty steep on the very back. What else? No, we're almost there. All right, guys, so this is my starting point. I'm gonna get some strings on here, then just fine tune the slots. I can tell like this needs to, where am I? This will need to come down even more to create more of a back pitch, back angle, also known as a bangle. But yeah, I'm gonna start getting strings on there and see where we're sitting as far as height for the nut slots. Tape is removed. So this is the point where when you take the tape off, you find out if you've ruined the guitar with super glue leaking onto it. But we're good. All right, so I got strings on. So at this point, you scope out the situation. Whoopsie daisy. Check the slots. Check how the string is entering and exiting the slot. It's hard to get a good angle going, but I like to look in here, like basically the bottom of the string and the top of the slot, like make sure the string is actually sitting in there. Sometimes you put bigger strings on a nut and it's so big it's not even touching the bottom. Like I opened these up for that. I knew that was coming, but still worth mentioning. Check in there. And if it's not sitting on the bottom, widen the side. Try to like not file the bottom of it too much. It might be low enough already. So yeah, so now I'm gonna do height. Oh boy, oh my God. So press down on the third. The two biggies could come down a bit. I already checked the others, they're pretty good. So yeah, I'll take down these two strings just a little bit and we'll see where we're sitting. So I slack the string off, take it out, start with the side a little bit. Doesn't feel like much is happening. It's the annoying part. Have to tune it back up every time. These are such heavy, stiff strings for this scale length. In standard, oh my God, man. I don't know how I'm gonna try to catch what I'm doing here to check. Again, I'm sure somebody out there has specs and they're readily available, but for some reason this is how I do it. If this thing will focus. A lot of people do this too, as a quick check. But so press down the 3rd fret. Oop, wrong string. And just check the clearance on that 1st fret. There should be barely any movement. Like that. I don't know if you can really see, but there's too much there, which makes it really hard to play an F. Also check it with the tuning. Then you check your 1st fret. Shit, it's almost there. A little sharp. So as you take it down a little bit, that'll obviously lower the note. So loosen it, string out, get your file, and we're pretty close. So what if I just do that? We're gonna do it, guys. We're gonna get there. Little sharp, little flat. All right. That's a solid F. Let's see if I can just do this maybe. What a mess. So that nut slot is officially good. I will do the rest and I will call it a day because this video has been long. 27.5 minutes. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for liking and commenting and tell your friends. I don't know. Thanks, guys. Take care.